Okay, we are on.
All right, I'd like to call this Finance and Legislation meeting order. Mr. Bayes is not here. Mr. Ballack
Present.
and Mr. Bigley is here. We got two pieces. First one is from the SSD. A resolution for the City of Struthers, LPA, to cooperate with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and for ODOT to provide bridge inspection program services for the city, designated bridges, and repealing ordinance number 22-053 and any ordinance inconsistent herewith and declaring an emergency. Mr. Benson?
So we passed a resolution last council meeting for the same thing. I sent it in to ODOT. They wanted a couple more paragraphs included on that. So we had to change our resolution to include the requirements they had on it. So we had to basically repass in the same resolution.
That we did last week.
Right.
Okay. Motion to bring it out.
Make a motion to bring it out.
Thank you.
This is for bridge inspections.
Not too straight.
Yeah, he got one.
I am armed and dangerous.
Wow.
All right, we got one
Yes.
more. It's a resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into a service agreement with Medicount Management, Inc. For emergency medical services billing and declaring an emergency. Mr. Benson?
So Medicount, for 8% the first year, will bill all our ambulance runs or any other EMT services. And they just take 8% of whatever they collect 8%, plus costs. So if they have to, credit card fees or anything else, will also be part of that. And they also deduct our costs. If we collect anything and we use credit card fees, that will be deducted also. The second year, it's 7.75% for the second, third, and fourth year. It's 7.75.
So how long is the contract in total?
It's a 4-year contract.
Okay.
So it's 8% the first year, then 7.75 the next 3 years. They don't collect nothing, they don't get nothing.
Yeah, seems fair.
Okay.
How is this ambulance service going to work now? If you call 911,
We tone out
What
like we
happens?
always do. So you call 911, they're going to tone out the fire department. Fire department's going to respond. If we need an ambulance, they're going to try to get an ambulance there, MedStar or whoever is available.
okay.
If we can't get an ambulance, or if they say the ambulance is 45 minutes away, we will tone out our volunteer EMTs.
So no extra steps are needed by anybody
No.
to get ambulance service. You just call 911 as
Just
business
call-
as usual,
right.
and everything else is handled. Okay.
Just as like a backup.
And so if we
Okay.
can't get an ambulance, so we tone out our
That's
EMTs
good
and
to
we're
know.
looking for a paramedic or whatever we need for the transport. They come out, they grab our ambulance, and we take them.
Okay.
Which we've had good response time from MedStar right now, but we have had to use the ambulance.
Okay. Okay.
But if we're not using it if it's like a twisted ankle or
Right.
anything like that, but if it's needed, it's better to have like a backup.
It's more real emergency.
I will tell you, I talked to Campbell, they use Medicount on their billing services.
Mhm.
And they probably run more, they're gonna run a lot more than what we do. But on average, if they bill $700, they're getting back $350. They don't, but the insurances and everything else don't pay the full amount that we're going to bill.
Right.
Okay, so if you look at our ordinance, I think we were at probably around $700, maybe $900 that we're gonna bill for a call.
Okay.
We're not gonna get all that money,
Right.
okay?
Well,
It's
unless
even
we
less
were
with
to,
Medicaid, right?
Huh?
It's even less with Medicaid, isn't
Well,
it?
that's what I'm saying, because most of your calls are either Medicare or Medicaid.
Yeah.
Private insurance might pay a little bit more, and then we have the provisions in our ordinance that if a person meets standards for low income, we will waive their fee of it, so we only take the insurance part of it.
but if someone does, if somebody who calls and is hurt and needs this service, they have insurance, their insurance pays a
Yes.
portion, the homeowner or
Is
the
responsible.
okay.
Unless they appeal to the city saying, look, I can't afford it and this and that, and they meet the guidelines of low income,
Right.
then it's in our provision that we can waive their portion of it.
Okay. Well, I mean, the truth is with this, it's not, we're not looking to get rich off of it. We're looking
No.
to provide a service
This is
for a
going to
resident.
hopefully keep our ambulance running,
Right.
okay? If we make any, now, like I said, state law requires that we put this into a separate bank account and it's used for ambulance, you know,
Supplies and stuff.
right, any administrative costs or restocking the
Yeah.
ambulance or
Right.
paying for the paramedics. So we can't just, it doesn't go into our general fund. State law requires that we have a separate fund for that.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with that.
You know, and I don't know, even if it costs us some money, I mean, I think that, you know, it's something we're providing to the people of
Right.
Struthers to
Sure.
know that, you know, if
Yeah.
they need an ambulance, that,
Yeah.
you know,
There, yeah.
that it's gonna be there,
I
right?
would agree. I mean, I would hope for at least a break even.
Right.
But on the other side, I feel like this is a win in just being able to provide the service when it's
Absolutely, yeah.
needed. We don't really need to profit from it.
Right.
Without putting a levy on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
At
all
this
the other
point, right.
cities in town, everybody's kind of doing what fits their city the best. This is, we've talked with, I mean, Bob has talked with a lot of people to go over this, different cities, different communities, to see what they're doing, has been with Chief Agnon side by side. They've really put a lot of time into seeing what works for our city the best, and this is what,
Sure.
right now, we're like, he always said, we're evolving.
My biggest
We're
fear
trying to-
is the private ambulance goes out of business.
Yeah.
Because if the private ambulance goes out of business, then we have to look at levies and actually
Right.
stop. But right now, we're pretty good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Motion, bring it out.
Make a motion to bring it
I
out.
will second that. That is it for legislation. Anybody have anything else for this committee? Somebody got something good, come on.
I met with Ryan and Kat and Bob today about coming up with that vendor list I talked to you guys about a few weeks ago. Here's kind of a gist of what Ryan came up with, like a vendor application. He's gonna make some changes to it and then he's gonna get with John to maybe.
This is for a referral list, correct?
Yeah. So if anybody wants to take a look at it.
There's some of those
You see-
already taken
yeah.
off the bottom that are,
We kind of discussed a couple
Work
things.
Okay.
But as people send in applications, we'll create a category list. So, and Ryan said the requirements are pretty standard.
once we get it, we're gonna bring it to council before we obviously
Approve all of it,
put it
yeah.
out there and get it out to the public, but we're gonna mail it to
I
all
just
the
wanted to
shelter
keep you guys in the
businesses.
loop with what,
Are we
Yeah, so
going
far.
to demand that they are registered with the Better Business Bureau or with anybody like that?
I think,
There's
not
a-
with the Better Business.
it's with the state, sort of like a, not reviews, what did we come up with?
They have to be with the Secretary of State, so they have to have everything in order, so basically.
Well, that's just,
saying-
if you
And
register
no-
with the Secretary of State, that just means that you are an actual
A business.
Right.
That doesn't stand for
They're
if
not
you're
allowed
a
to
good
have any
business or a
type of-
bad
No, I know
business,
that,
you
but
know
we
what I
said
mean?
Well,
if
we're
there were, that's what we gotta talk to
Yeah.
John about, to see how we have to word everything, but if they have any judgments through our court or anything like that against them, then they're obviously not gonna be put on the list.
Yeah,
Or if they, after being put on the list, if they were having any
something
problems
comes
or-
up, we
So
take them
this
off.
has to do with all the businesses in Struthers?
Just about anybody that
Not
wants
just
to do
Struthers,
that.
anybody that wants to be on the list.
So-
So,
Yes.
So if somebody calls down here, say for snow removal, I can't get out of my driveway.
we can't.
Do you
legally
guys
tell
know
anybody.
anybody? We don't know anybody.
Mhm.
We would obviously have a list of people who provide that service,
Yeah.
Yeah,
correct?
we'll have
We're
it on
thinking
our
about putting it on the
website.
website,
I was
yeah, so then
thinking-
people can
yeah,
just
I
look
was gonna ask
online.
if you were gonna do that.
Yeah,
Will
and
weekly
like I-
snow removal be up top?
It will not be.
Yes, no, we can, no, they can, we
We
can,
said
from
yes.
what we, from what we've researched, and that's another one of the things we have to go by with you, is like your lawn care, everything can be on that. We
But I don't
just
think you
can't
can
like
vote if we
start
have
it,
to
and
do
we
anything.
we
with
can't
it.
say,
Because-
oh, use this one,
Yeah.
we have to say, this is the list, you would
No.
want it.
Right, but
But yes, you can.
mine won't be because I don't do residential.
Right.
But lawn,
I have
your
not
lawn
put it
care.
on. I'm sure
Yeah,
I'll see
we,
it
but I
somewhere.
mean, at this point,
Well, I know, but it can't,
It can be,
sure
yes.
it can be.
Yeah,
yes.
so just so you guys know, that's
Okay,
hopefully
Yeah, I
the
think
next
that-
30
yeah, that's
days,
really
that'll be
good.
like something we have up and running. Like I told Bob though, I know we all get calls when people get letters that say, you know, their roof or something needs fixed and they call and they say, well, who do you want me to call?
Yeah,
Well, it's even gonna be a really good tool for Bill too.
Yeah.
When he's going to houses and if there's a tree that needs removed, we can't legally say, call these people
Yeah.
to get your tree. We can
Yes.
say,
You can take the list
here's
with
the
them.
approved vendor
Yep.
list, if you want to, you can call someone on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
So,
Just pointing them in the right direction. You
Exactly,
were no
yeah.
idea. Yeah, that makes sense.
When
to
you
me.
mean point, you mean like point to Bigley Real Estate?
No, my friend.
So if they're on the list, do they still need to get like permits and stuff?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
oh yes, yeah. And they have to
If you're doing a
reapply once a
roof-
year.
If you're going on a roof, you gotta get a permit. If you're plowing, you have to get your permit. People don't know that they require a permit to
Wow,
plow
I didn't know
driveways
that.
in the city.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
I didn't know
either.
that.
And it has to be displayed in your truck.
No kidding.
Okay.
Yeah,
When
Joe.
was this?
Probably, I think probably
It's
since
in the ordinance.
1960,
I
but
didn't know that.
It's in
I've
the
never heard of
ordinance.
this.
You're the biggest violator.
Me, I mean.
yeah, I didn't know that
So-
either.
I guess I'll be down for a
So if a
permit.
neighbor has a plow on his truck and he comes and does his neighbor's drive. he
If
should
he's
have
doing,
a
if
permit.
he's charging money, he needs a permit.
Oh, if he's charging money.
But if you're doing it for free, then
Okay.
No.
He almost does our whole road for free. I mean, if it's not in
Everyone's
his truck,
driveway's
it's
on
on
the
his
house
tractor.
this year.
Yeah. Good thing I ain't been
and what,
charging.
what your
Yeah,
preferred
good
vendors
thing.
list is ensures that this gentleman has insurance, is registered, is paying taxes, things like that.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of businesses in the city that are not paying taxes, the people, they're not paying income tax, but they're not registered with us at all.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you.
I have a couple of things.
Go ahead, Kim.
Okay.
Megan.
I think you guys have this in front of you. This Saturday, we have a couple events going on. One at Cut and Toast. They're doing donations to animal charities. Casey Malone show is gonna be at Cut and Toast from 5 till 8, I think. And then this event is something that we did last year, and we're really trying to push people to come to this. It's the Ohio's Strongest competition, hosted by Iron Fit Crew, which is one of our businesses up on Spring and Youngstown Boulder Road in that area. And the donations, everything is going to Philip Igo, who was a child who passed away in Campbell. We are also utilizing Caslo, so we want to try to draw people down there. So it'll be in building 1A.
When is
Last year, this is also this Saturday, starting around 9:30, they're gonna do a presentation to the family a little bit before 9:30. And it's usually over about 2:30, but we're saying 3 just to be safe. But if you wanna come look at
Do you
one
know
of
if
the
they're,
buildings in Caslo, it's really,
this is awesome. Do
it's
you know if
really
they're
good
reaching
last
out for sponsors?
I don't know, I know some of these, I'm sure they're taking donations. I don't know
Okay.
about sponsors because it's this Saturday.
Yeah, a little
Um,
short notice. But yeah. Awesome that they're doing it in the Caslo building.
Well, last year they came to us and they said, we're gonna go to Youngstown, we're gonna rent this building, they're charging us $1,000. We were able to talk to Caslo and say, no, don't do that, we can work with you, we wanna try to highlight these buildings. So
Yeah,
last
it's
year we had it in A4 and A3, and it was incredible, because like with the strongman, they like the grit and the dirt and the
That's
grind.
a perfect setting.
And it was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
There was plenty of parking down there.
I've been
We
in
had a
that
couple of
building before.
vendors.
It's
This year it's
actually,
gonna be on the other side where the windows are.
Okay.
So we'll have it all cleaned up, but they ran it ran very smooth. It was very good. And to support one of our businesses who's doing a fundraiser for a family.
yeah, that's awesome.
I won't be able to be there because I'll be up in Cleveland with my grandson. So I just want to let you know. Yeah.
Well, if you can, stop by.
That is Saturday at,
This Saturday.
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Malmer's is gonna be there?
Who is?
Malmer's?
He has a couple vendors. I didn't.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. They'll have a
My
bunch.
wife will
Yeah.
know that.
Mullen's Farm?
The food
The
truck.
vendors.
Or food
the
truck.
food truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If they have.
And if you have any kids, bring them, because it's pretty cool to see
Oh,
them
my
do
daughter
all
will
the
love this.
contests. Just 2 more quick announcements. Shop with the Cop, we're having a meeting on October 28th at 3 o'clock in my office. Rotary's coming, Mary Beth Meek, from the Bundy family is coming. We're gonna try to see what we're gonna do this year, obviously with Pat, having some health issues. We're trying to come up with something pretty quick to do, for this year, but then going forward, we're hoping that one of the officers will take over the program, and kind of get back to how we used to run it with the limos and taking
Same
the
for Shop
things
with
for
the
Shop with the Cop. So if any of you guys can make it, we haven't posted anything yet, and I talked to Lori about it, but we're gonna be having a north side meeting. We didn't announce it, I just got the proof in my, email that KO is hosting a north side meeting on November 14th at 5 to 7 at Simona Valley. We're trying to get some information from the north siders because we're not getting as much feedback from that area. So we're having a meeting like we did with the older population and trying to see if there's anything more focused that we can ask and bring into the comprehensive plan. So if you're available, I know Lori said she'll be there, please try to make it to that. And then we started a steering committee for the ODOT grant that we got that they're gonna help us with planning for the streets and the bike lanes and the pedestrian. That grant that we received, they're requiring a steering committee. We did put Megan on that committee because she's in charge of the community development. So we want to make sure we had somebody represented from that. We have a bunch of different people throughout the community. So we have representation from school, somebody from Northside, somebody from businesses. So we have it's rather a large group, but I just want to let you know that we have asked Megan to be on that committee for that. So
Meg.
that's gonna start, there's 3 meetings a year, and I can tell you who's all on there, I have the list in my office, but, it'll be a requirement of 3 meetings, and that's it. So, we're trying to get feedback from, like I'm telling Kristen Fox that she's gonna be on it. So we're trying to get a lot of different views and aspects of it, but.
Good. Anybody, anything else? Going once.
And Poland Friday. Poland
Oh,
Poland
and
Friday.
Struthers.
Is that a home game or a
Grudge
away game?
match.
Oh,
Oh, I gotta go. Grudge match.
We haven't had them here, it's 2 years in a row we played in Poland, so.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
If any of you didn't do this, if you have a second, would you please sticker it?
Sure.
Kat, what should I do with this?
Sticker?
Oh,